So the story I'm about to tell you today, One Step to Eden, started really about a year and a half ago when my wife saw in the newspaper here in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, she saw an ad that drug dealer auction at the Marriott Hotel in Palmetto Dunes. And that Saturday I was playing golf, so I told her, well, if you wish to go to the auction, I will come back to our gallery right after golf, and you can take the car and go there, see if it is anything interesting, if there is anything interesting there. And she went and she came back and she said, oh, you should have been there. There were some Grand Masters paintings there. Picasso and Moreau, and I saw a Renoir, and these paintings were possibly worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we could have bought one for maybe $2,000. So she didn't do it by herself. She wouldn't spend the money without me agreeing upon the purchase. So she regretted it the whole year we thought about it. And now there was another ad at the Marriott Hotel, same thing, drug dealer auction. So I said, okay, this time we'll go together. So after golf, I will pick you up, and we will just have time enough for the half an hour of viewing before the auction starts. And I pick her up at quarter past 12. We were there just in time, 12:30 for the viewing. And I quickly went through the paintings aisle, and the ones that were from masters like Moreau or Picasso, I look at the back to see if the painting had yellowed over the years and if it was an original, but they had stuck a brown paper behind. How can you know if you are buying like Renoir, if there is a brown paper stuck behind? I mean, there is no way to see if the canvas had turned yellow with the years, and there was no way to know. So I decided not to spend any more time with the paintings, and I went to the sculptures. And there was a contraption. There was a pedestal, all metal, and there was a contraption with two kind of arms going up to maybe 5-6 feet high, all metal. And being a chemist and knowing about metals, I visited the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, the technology, very interesting pavilion there. I knew that that metal looked so strange, I thought it was not made on Earth. Well, maybe I read too many books of science fiction, but boy, I touched the metal and it was so sleek, I felt that I was not even touching the surface. At that moment, I started to think that this is an artifact from an alien civilization. Nobody on Earth can make that kind of metal. And I look at the pedestal, and there were a row of buttons. I touched one, and I felt a little electrical something on my finger, but not really an electric shock. I started a few of them, and there was one that was a little higher than the row, and it seems that it was made for a human hand. So with my thumb, I touched the one on the top and the 4 underneath buttons. And suddenly there was an electrical field, transparent, semi-transparent, that happened between the two arms. And I quickly touched back the 5 buttons and it disappeared. And at that moment, I knew that that artifact was worth millions of dollars. It was priceless. And I knew that there was something more about it. So I told my wife, I'm buying that. She said, no way, it's ugly. I said, no, it's not ugly. It is strange, but it is not ugly. She said, don't buy that, we don't need that, I won't put it in my house. So I said, okay, I will bid on it. So when the auction started, and we went through the sculptures first, and when we came to that contraption, I bid $2,000 on it, and then there was a couple behind me. Maybe they have seen what I have done, I don't know. But they overbid me, and it went up, and now it was $50,000, and my wife said, I will not talk to you anymore if you bid more than $50,000. And the guy, John, his name, bid $100,000. Well, that killed it. I couldn't go over that and still keep my wife. So, okay, I gave up. And we went back to the art gallery having bought nothing at all. But I regretted to have lost that opportunity. And I thought about it every day. And about 10 days later, what do I see walking in the gallery? John and his wife, the ones that overbid me and bought the contraption. They came to my gallery, they wanted a large size. And I sold them a large size, and I said, you know, I have a show in Florida for the next 5 days. It was Thursday. I can deliver it to you and install it on your walls next Tuesday. Is that all right with you? I said, yes, absolutely. Next Tuesday, we'll be waiting for you. So I said, I will come like 8 o'clock in the morning because I want to be back at the gallery later on. So I said, that's fine. We will be there for sure. All right. But I said, now I would like to talk to you about what you purchased at the auction. You purchased something that has not been made on Earth. And I would like to study it with you. I am a chemist and I have some ideas. He said, how do you know that? I said, well, if you press the 5 buttons, the one that stand alone on the pedestal and the 4 buttons underneath in one shot, you will see the electrical field forming up. And I have read so many books of science fiction, and you know, who knows, it might be a door to another world. And I would like, when I deliver the painting, to do a few tests with you. I said, okay, and please, I said, don't talk about it to anyone else. Let's keep that a secret. So I went to my show in Florida, and on Tuesday morning, my minivan, I cannot put a 48 by 60 inches frame in my minivan. So my wife and I helped me, and we loaded the large size painting on the roof of my minivan, and we went to deliver the painting to his house. And we got there. He told me the number, the code of his private gate. And so I did the numbers, and I opened the gate, went inside with my car up to the house. And we started to unload the painting from the roof immediately, and we brought it up the stairs, and then I rang the bell. Nobody answered. And that guy was not the kind of guy to miss an appointment without calling, so I was very surprised. I checked the door knob, and I opened the door. It was unlocked. So I said, anybody here? And nobody answered. So my wife said, don't walk inside. We can be arrested for that. So I said, let's walk around the house. Maybe they are on the back balcony. So we went around the house, and there was nobody. We came back. So I said, you know what, let's have a walk for 1 hour. Maybe they went to the grocery. We'll walk the streets here, and we'll come back in 1 hour. So we did that. We came back, and there was no one there. So this time I said, I will walk inside. Maybe something happened. So she waited outside on the balcony, my wife Lisa, she waited there, and I went inside, and I went to the living room, and I saw the contraption, the artifact. And the electrical field was there. So I realized that John and his wife, they had done some tests with it, and who knows, they might have gone through. So I told my wife, I went back to the balcony, I said, I have to do a few things. If you want, you can walk inside. And so what I did, I went to the kitchen and took a spoon, a wood spoon, and I touched the field with it, and there was no reaction. So I went deeper, and I threw the spoon right through, and I saw it landing on the other side in a semi-transparent kind of landscape on a kind of semi-transparent grass. So it was there. So I touched the electrical field with my finger and felt no pain. I went a little deeper, and eventually I picked up the spoon from the grass and I pulled a grass blade with it and brought it back. And my hand was still there. It was foolish, I know, but I didn't feel any danger. And I have that sixth sense of impending danger that had saved my life quite a few times when I had been in a dramatic situation. And I didn't feel at no time that there was danger in doing it. Maybe this is why I was so foolish to put my hand right through and pick up the spoon. So I told my wife, you know what, let's come back. I will come back this afternoon and tomorrow and the next few days, and if they are not there, I think I will go to that wall. I could bring my hand back. I'm quite sure I can walk into it and come back. And my wife, she said, no, you don't do that. I mean, this is, you might just be killed. You cannot do that. I said, well, I will get there armed. I will buy a gun and whatever I need for survival, and I will go there with all prepared. So I bought that week an AK-47. I mean, who knows? There might be dinosaurs, anything there, and a long knife and a handgun, and I was all equipped. And that Friday, I told my wife, you know what? I'm going. If you can wait for me for maybe the morning, I will just go there for a couple of hours, come back, and then if I need to return for a longer time, I will, but wait for me here. So I will take a break now, and you will not believe what is going to happen next.